This video has been funded in part by the Guild via Patreon. Check out the links in the description or at the end of this video for more details.
Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Gildart and welcome back to another pros vs cons review. It's time to take on the final Orochi game before we jump into the modern era of Warriors titles. And it's weird, Warriors Orochi 2 really feels like a Warriors Orochi 1.5. But this is the game that I sunk so much hours into as a kid. So should I have spent this much time on what is essentially an upgrade? One of my favorite things about Musou is playing through each game and really digging in deep to the differences, re-experiencing the evolution of these games. When I played through Dynasty Warriors, I loved my favorites even more, and the same thing happened on the other side of the spectrum. When I did the same thing for Samurai Warriors, I dived further into the second entry because I hadn't finished all of the achievements. A similar thing happened to me with Warriors Orochi 2. I'm only missing a couple of achievements. I just need to complete every stage, on every difficulty, and get a total proficiency high enough to unlock the final stage and thus finally unlock Orochi X. So a lot of my gameplay time was spent working on this, but this doesn't say whether or not the game is good, just that I'm really close to fully completing it, so I might as well continue working on that. So how is Warriors Orochi 2? Well, let's find out with the first Pro. One of my biggest complaints about the first Orochi game was the lack of replayability. Once you unlock the final character, there wasn't much to do, and Orochi wasn't that hard to unlock. It's a similar story with this game and Orochi X, but at least the road to unlocking him is a long road not too many have survived. It's a real challenge, and I keep coming back to Warriors Orochi 2 just because of it. There's also a new mode that locks you to a specific team. Dream Mode serves as a bunch of what-if scenarios, like what if the leaders of the three kingdoms fought against the three unifiers of Japan. These can be a lot of fun to see how certain characters would act around each other, like the aforementioned leaders. They're all inspired by each other, and it really makes you feel like there's a wholesome moment just waiting for you around the corner. Proficiency levels have also increased up to 50, so good luck maxing out every character to level 99 and getting the proficiency to 50. The only way to increase proficiency is to play as that character. I didn't mention it in the last review because it was just kinda there. It doesn't really do much other than increase your defense and health, but now you can unlock costumes. For the first time ever, we see Dynasty Warriors 4 and Samurai Warriors 1 outfits in HD. I love playing with these outfits and seeing them in the cutscenes. That's another thing this game does so much better than the first. Your costumes actually change in the cutscenes. This was weird to see in Warriors Orochi 1, so I'm really glad it's in here. I know. I don't need much to amuse me. Con! Honestly, even though I just ranted about how much I love the minor changes, that's really all they are. Just minor. There isn't much here that makes it feel like a sequel. Even as a kid, I wondered why this was marketed as Warriors Orochi 2 and not Warriors Orochi Extreme Legends. All the character models and a lot of the stages are just pulled from the first game with the exception of the new outfits, which are just old outfits. We also get a few new stages and characters, but really, that's what we expect from an Extreme Legends expansion. Like, even the story feels like it starts where the first one ended, and there's less story stages. In the first game, we got one main line of story stages and a few secondary stages too. These kind of served as B-plots while you work towards the main story. We do get Dream Mode, but as I said, that's mostly what-ifs. Nothing overly substantial. I think it would have been better to wait until the next Dynasty and Samurai Warriors games were released to drop a sequel. This just feels like an expansion that doesn't work with the vanilla title. Pro. Another criticism I had of the first game was the lack of new characters. Well, they delivered with this game. We get all the new characters from Samurai Warriors 2 Extreme Legends, as well as some newcomers. Fushi and Nuwa even make a return for the first time since Dynasty Warriors 3. I would always create them in games like Dynasty Warriors 4 and 5 just to have them as playable, so it's nice to see them actually being used in the story. We also see some characters from various stories like Wukong from Journey to the West and Taigong Wang from Fengshin Yanyi. If you remember from my Mystic Heroes review, this is Tai. I wish his alternate outfit was reminiscent of Mystic Heroes, but I guess that's alright. A lot of these new characters are really fun to play as. I already said how much I really enjoy playing as Fushi and Nuwa again, but characters like Yoshitsune Minamoto are loads of fun, swinging a lightsaber-esque weapon around these ancient Chinese and Japanese warriors. Himiko's weapons are also really fun to use when you utilize her special ability and get two more statue head thingies that shoot pellets at enemies. And lastly, Wukong is just so much fun. He's the character that Goku is based off of, and you can even ride the Nimbus Cloud and just run as fast as Red Hair or Matsukaze. There is also a versus mode and survival mode where you can play as Gyuki, one of the new giant generic enemy officers, and Dodomeki, who is another new generic officer who plays very similar to Kotaro. The PSP port also had 2 other new characters, but I didn't really play that as much as the 360. Honestly, I really like having a team of all new characters because it makes this game feel like a whole new Warriors experience. I've mentioned multiple times on multiple videos something that happens way too frequently with Warriors games. It happened with Dynasty Warriors 5, it happened with Samurai Warriors 3, and now it happened with Warriors Orochi 2. But instead of a 2, straighten out that top curve of the number. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Warriors Orochi Z. This game is what we should have gotten in the West, and it alleviates a lot of the complaints I've made so far. You know how I said this game feels a lot like an expansion to the sequel? Well, that's because it pretty much is an expansion. Warriors Orochi Z is literally Warriors Orochi 1 and 2 combined into one package with more content on top of that. Not only do you get every stage from Warriors Orochi 1 and 2, you also get all of the benefits of Warriors Orochi 2 in the Warriors Orochi 1 story. Stuff like expanded proficiency and costumes that actually change in the cutscenes. Speaking of outfits, you also get a new set of outfits, where Warriors Orochi 2 has 3 costumes, your normal one from Dynasty Warriors 5 and Samurai Warriors 2, a color palette swap, and your Dynasty Warriors 4 and Samurai Warriors 1 outfit. You also get a new one. For the Samurai Warriors characters, you get the alternate outfit from Samurai Warriors 1 and some new outfits for the Samurai Warriors 2 characters. For the Dynasty Warriors characters, you get the Dynasty Warriors 6 outfits. The alternate costumes for the Samurai Warriors characters are really cool and all to see in HD, but I love the character design of Dynasty Warriors 6. It's probably one of the best aspects of that game for me. So playing with the Dynasty Warriors 6 costumes, using the Dynasty Warriors 5 weapons, that's just perfection right there. Not to mention the 2 characters that the PSP port got. Yeah, this game has them on console as well. Sanzang and Benkei are very fun characters, and with the exception of the PSP owners, the Western market didn't get to experience them with this game. I don't understand why this game never made its ways off of Japan's shores. We are still itching for this to be ported to modern consoles so we can experience it in English. Come on, Koei, we need this. So I've saved the best for last. This is where I really start to repeat myself, but the gameplay is phenomenal. This is probably the perfect game for the classic style of Warriors. You get the Dynasty Warriors 5 and Samurai Warriors 2 movesets with added special abilities. You can also call your horse from anywhere with any character. Camera controls are now changeable, so if you're like me, you can change it from the inverted camera controls, which are still the default. And if you're absolutely wrong, you can leave them. You still have the random button, which makes grinding out these proficiency levels that much better. You don't have to stay with one character or bounce back and forth between your favorites. You can just hit the random button and let fate decide who you're gonna be grinding with today. Warriors Orochi 2 makes a point to carry over the good parts of Warriors Orochi 1 while making changes to a lot of the complaints I had about it. It's pretty well near perfect. But not entirely perfect. You thought I was about to go without a third con, didn't you? Well, probably not, because I'd never do that, but hey, there's always time to make changes. But not today. There's still some minor things that I have to complain about with this game, and I am the king of nitpicking. So bow before your king and pray to your god. One thing I find wasted on a Warriors title is a versus mode. This doesn't fit with the hack and slash gameplay at all. Maybe if they somehow figured out how to properly make it into a 2D fighter with some added mechanics, but I don't really have much reason to play it with the exception that this is the only way to play as Gyuki or Donomeki. I don't know why, that's the only mode you're able to play them as. Let's also talk about the fact that Samurai Warriors 2 Extreme Legends characters are here. Yeah, that made it as a pro, but they don't have all of their movesets. The expansion for Samurai Warriors 2 included a 5th charge attack after a character starts their repeated normal attacks. This isn't present in Warriors Orochi 2, and I can't figure out why. We have the extended normal attacks that characters had in Dynasty Warriors 5, so why not bring this feature from Samurai Warriors 2 Extreme Legends over for those characters? I also said how happy I was that unlocking Orochi X is incredibly involved and adds replay value to this game that Warriors Orochi 1 was lacking, but it's seriously a slog.
In order to unlock Orochi X and pop all the achievements, you have to get all the treasures in the game, which are unlocked similar to secret weapons. Get Cao Cao, Liu Bei, Sun Quan, Nobunaga, Ieyasu, and Hideyoshi up to 50 proficiency. Get Ganning, Kotaro, Zhang Liao, Huang Zhong, Xiahou Yuan, and Ina up to level 99, and have a total proficiency over all of your characters of 2,730. Then you have to complete all the story and dream mode stages on every difficulty. Yeah, that's a whole lot of fuck that noise that I'm hearing right now. I still haven't done this, and I bought this game on release over a decade ago. I'm getting close, but I think it'll be another 5 years before I'm on the last stretch of this game. In the end, I still love playing Warriors Orochi 2. One of the reasons why I deleted my Warriors Orochi 1 data may have been because I finally popped the last achievement, but I also believed, I had Warriors Orochi 2. It brought so many more characters and features to the table that its shortcomings are easily forgivable. It's still a solid Warriors game, and I would argue it's one of the best, if not the absolute best title in the classic Warriors era. Yes, it may be a slog and a half to unlock everything, and yes, it feels like Warriors Orochi 1.5 more than it feels like Warriors Orochi 2, but it's everything I wanted out of the original Warriors Orochi game. If we had got Warriors Orochi Z, I'd be so much happier, but at least the PS3 isn't region locked, and I can play that game whenever I feel like it. And that's why Warriors Orochi 2 gets an 8 out of 10. I just say go and buy it, and if you can't decide between Warriors Orochi 1 and 2, and you don't mind having Japanese text, get Warriors Orochi Z. It's honestly the better package. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, everyone. If you did, give the video a like and subscribe for more. I've got 2 more Orochi videos to give you for Musou. If you want to support the channel even further, you can join the Guild, like these awesome people that you're seeing on screen right now. You can join them at the end of every single video for just $1 a month. And as always, thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you all down in the comments.